soccer really was very therapeutic. It was a therapy for me where I get to be in a world free of those traumas, free of those neglect, free from those stress and abuse. I found the joy and the passion, and I realized that I can do crazy things with a soccer ball. My name is Emmanuel Nana Akyen, but everyone knows me as Nana. Nana from Ghana, you can't miss it. I started playing soccer when I was about 5 years old in a town called South Point. This is where I was born. Santa Barbara has a huge community behind soccer. And I think having Sky here, it's even going to strengthen the bond and then the common interest of the community. I found that soccer was a way for me to deal with some of the traumas, actually, that I had to deal with as a kid, because believe it or not, my background is a lot different than what people might assume. I lost my parents when I was actually 5 years old. My half-siblings and my aunt took the responsibility of having to care for me. It was good and bad. It's like the Cinderella sort of story, where sometimes the treatment was great, other times, and I hate that I have to say this about my own family, but there are some instances that it felt like you were alone. There were moments where, like, anything that goes wrong, it's my sister and I that are to blame for it. We're always the culprit. Soccer really, this was a way for me to just block out all the noise, block out all the harsh experiences I was going through as a kid. When I play soccer, it's like I'm in a world where it's just the pitch and the players and the ball. I don't hear anything else, believe it or not. When I was about 8, what happened was one of my brothers decided they would come from me, so that there's only one person my auntie has to deal with. And so I went to live with him and his wife in the city. From there, I joined a local club now it's called Sporting Club Accra, but back then it was called Dizax FC. My first coach in club soccer, his name is Parker Hansen. He took me onto the team and he said, whoa, who is your family? Can we speak to whoever your family is? And I said, sure, but you don't have to speak to my family today, because I was supposed to go to school and I skipped school. I got off the bus and went with my friend to play soccer. So just don't share that part. Eventually, my brother, who I lived with, got a report from my school. These are the dates he wasn't in class. And he asked me, hey, have you skipped any classes? I said, oh, me? Of course not. No chance. And he said, oh, okay. So one day my brother, in the middle of the night, he woke me up and he asked, have you been skipping school? I said, yes. So he disciplined me really well. And then I told him I really love soccer. Back home, they don't see any value in being an athlete. They don't think there's any money to be made in there. And especially knowing my background, he was pushing for me to go to school. And I'm a very good student. So then I told him, come watch me play. Eventually, like reluctantly, he was quite reluctant. He watched me play afterwards. He put his arm around me and then took me home. One day I was at practice and then I saw my brother just coming. He's never showed up to my practice before. I saw it and just called my coach, interrupted the session, called me over and handed me a bag. And the bag was the Predators, I will never forget. It was the brand new David Beckham Adidas Predators. I guess that was his way of saying, carry on. When I was around 11 years old, my team then entered into a competition. And this was they said there is a guy in town named Tom Vernon. He's trying to establish an academy in Ghana. So then the best teams within that area sign up for this tryout. And then we played this tournament, really fierce. We ended up winning the whole thing. Tom Vernon Futbol Academy had a conversation with me right after the tournament. I was the first person in my age group to be selected. They didn't have like an actual academy like built yet. Tom had rented like, let's say, a 3-story house. Tom obviously found out that I was an orphan. What he did is he spoke with me and my family, and as a young person, to leave my home around like 10, 11, and then come and live with him. That decision changed the course of my life, and so I am forever grateful. A whole list of things could have happened in my life, so I feel like my life could have taken on in a completely different turn if it wasn't for just that moment, you know, where a decision was made. We really truly believed in what Tom wanted to do, and looking back, I'm so proud that I was a part of what has now become Right to Dream. In my mind, told myself that I would like the opportunity, however it is, if it's through soccer or if it's through school, I would like the opportunity to get out. That is, to get out of the academy and go move on. I don't know if this particular story that I know is true, but like Tom's dad was a church leader and came to America, was doing something, and then made relationships here, and then had a conversation with Don School. Tom, obviously, through his dad, had made the connections here and said, hey, my son runs an academy. There are some really good, talented kids over there that they can come to this school. If you have a way to help the kids have another opportunity besides soccer to go and move on in their lives. So this is how the Right to Dream USA relationship formed. Don School was the first educational institution that brought Right to Dream kids here. For me personally, it's like someone made it possible for me to come here. And to come here is really tough. You have to exemplify and embody everything that Right to Dream stands for. Like, go be a good representative, be a hard worker, be someone that is trustworthy, be someone that people can look back to the academy and see that, oh, they produced this person, right? No, I have a responsibility. I never want to forget the people that are left behind, right? I never want to forget because I know the situation. So eventually they saw the value in bringing kids like us here and into the community, and Santa Barbara obviously saw the value as well. Even Santa Barbara Football Club, we all did play for them. After that, I was fortunate to get the opportunity to play at Westman College. From there, I had a chance to try out for the USL. I was with Galaxy 2 for a bit, trying out to see if I can, if I can make something happen there. And sometimes you're disappointed in different ways, right? So my career, unfortunately, took a turn that I would have hoped differently, but I still stay in the game by helping give back to the community and the young ones, like basically teaching the young ones to go play for me. Santa Barbara Sky FC. I'm particularly extremely excited to know that there is a professional club coming into town. I'm lacing up my boots. I'm coming out of retirement. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm training with them young ones. The amount of talents we produce is just absolutely, it's amazing. Even here at Legends, in my own club, it's a club that I helped found while I was still trying out with various USL teams, and eventually was able to attain the non-profit status from the US government and establish it as a way to give kids who are looking for something different an opportunity, because there are various clubs, which is great. The more options for the kids, the better. The reason why really I founded Legends was to not necessarily produce good soccer players. If the kids leave here having learned what perseverance is, having learned what commitment, having learned what time management, having learned what respect is, they can go and represent themselves well and their families and the community. So that's really what Legends is all about. It really gives me a lot of joy to know that there is a stepping stone. Knowing that Santa Barbara Sky is coming here and being going to be given the opportunity to have that next step for kids and for college graduates and for pros. We have to be able to create the platform for the kids to continue, so that from here, maybe through Sky, we can even get them into the next level. Mr. Moore, Peter Moore, and the crew that are bringing Santa Barbara Sky to the Santa Barbara community are really filling a void that has been there for a very long time. I'm super excited for us as a community to rally behind Santa Barbara Sky, for us to have our scarves on our necks. It's like a blood that runs through our veins, because football runs through the veins of this community.